Do you want to know how to make eye-catching videos? Well, who doesn't? In today's video, I'm sharing with you guys the software that I use to edit my videos. This is really important to make your videos stand out from the crowd and to have the right tools to adjust your audio, video, and graphics. Today's shout out goes to CJ Fit. Thank you for supporting me and staying active on the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos, premieres, and live streams coming your way. Let's jump in. Today we're looking into the industry standard video editor from Adobe called Premiere Pro. This is one of the best editors out there with total flexibility for graphics and titles within the software. It's $52.99 a month for the Creative Cloud suite, which includes Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, and more. Or you can buy the individual app for $20.99 a month. So if you're interested in editing photos, video editing, audio mixing, web design, and others, you'll get a great deal with the Creative Cloud subscription with over 20 apps to choose from. Once you've made your purchase, download Premiere Pro and open it up. So here we are in Adobe Premiere 2020. So the boxes I'm selecting on are called windows, and you can drag these up like this to resize them the way that you like. So in the project panel, this is where you find all your clips. As you see right here, as I'm hovering over this, I can play a part of the video, and this is called hover scrubbing. Or you can double tap on it. So as you see here, it's just giving me a little preview of what my video looks like, so that way I know before I stick it in my timeline to edit it. And then you can select on them, and if you double tap, you can rename the clips, which is super useful for organization. And so over here is the timeline. So let me just drag a clip inside there, and you see it snaps to it. That can be enabled by turning on this little magnet icon. So by selecting up here, I can grab the playhead and drag it across to play the video, or I can hit spacebar to see what I am playing in the program monitor. And you can drag in the gray space to select it, and then you can move it around like that if I want it there, or I can just stick it back where it was. And over here you have the different buttons, or the toolbar as it's called. And so right here you have the razor tool, which is basically the split or the cut tool, but they call it the razor tool. So that just allows you to take this and to chop a piece of it off, and that way you have two separate pieces. And if you go to the end of it and you hold down, you can trim the video the way you like it. So if I grab the front of it too, if I like it a little bit smaller like this, but I'm just gonna stick it back. So right here is the program monitor, where you can view all of the content. So you see that it's playing up here, and it's got the stop button and the frame backwards button and forwards. And also if you hit that, that means it goes to the very front, and that means it goes to the very back of whatever you have in the timeline. So now comes the fun part, where you can add some fun effects like a fade out or a fade in and different stuff like that. So I'm just going to jump over here to the effects panel, and it will switch the layout, and that way I can see right away my effects right here. So if I type in dip to black, this will make a fade. I don't know why it's called dip to black instead of just a fade in or fade out, but the dip to black can be used for both ends. So now my clip will fade in. You can grab the edge of that, and you can see the button looks a little bit different, and you can drag it up, and then that way it will fade at the end. So now heading over to the graphics tab, as you go down here, you have some pre-made ones, like you have some cool graphics that you can add, and then you can just edit the text. So there's some simple ones like a title. So if I just drag that in, I have this nice animation, and then if I just double click, I can edit the text to say Eklek or something like that. And then it will appear there, and then you just click in the timeline to go out of it. And then it gives me a little fun animation, and they have tons and tons of presets that you can look through. So make sure you check those out to improve the quality of your videos. And then if you go over here to edit, you can edit the titles and the size of it over here and the position. And I normally click both of those just to make sure that it's in the center if I have one line of text. And then you can also change the font and all the different keys that you guys are used to seeing are all here. So now we're going to go up here to the audio tab, and if I click on that, it will change the layout again to this nice workspace where you can adjust the audio. So I will select this clip right here, and you can go to edit. Browse just has stock from Adobe Stock that you can add right into your videos. They have tons of songs that you can license and then drop right in your video. But I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to click here on edit, and then you can choose what type of audio track it is, if it's dialogue or music, sound effects, or some nature sort of sounds. I haven't used that one that much, so I'm not quite sure. But I'm gonna choose the dialogue one right here. And then you see that you have all these great options for the clarity of it, the dynamics, which is pretty much how much it goes up and down, the repair of it. You can reduce the noise, reduce the S when you say S's like that, and a bunch of other great stuff. You can also adjust the clip volume down here and also mute the track, which is awesome to have this right in one simple panel. Now we can head up back here to the color tab, and if you switch that over, it'll change the layout once again. And I'm just gonna go through the timeline and go to my logo right here. And then with the clip selected, you can change the temperature if I want it more cold or more warm, which is super good. And then you can double click to reset it to its default. And then also the tint, if I want a kind of a tint color, and then I could adjust that to make it a different interesting colors. And then down here we have exposure and contrast and highlights and shadows and whites and blacks, or you can hit auto and it will pick apart your clip to see if it's too bright or too dark and try to adjust it the best it can. But I'm just going to click reset and go back to where it was. So heading back up to the creative tab, I'll go up here and you see that you have this little picture right here. And if you scroll through these, you can see different presets of color that you can apply onto your clip. So I'm just gonna choose one that was back here just to show you guys a good representation. And then if you like that one, then you just double click and it applies it over here. And if you click on this, you can go through all of their different presets. But this way is nicer to see what it'll actually look like, so you don't have to go through a bunch without never knowing what it'll look like. And then there's a couple other fun things like faded film or sharpen, adjust the vibrance, saturation. So you can get some really crazy color done with this. They have incredible tools for color. And now for the last one, you can check out the learning tab if you want to learn even more about how Premiere Pro operates and how it works. So if you click on one of these and you hit get started, it will load a new project that you can work on step by step, and it'll take you through the beginner process of how it works. So this one is a big overview that's about 2 minutes, and I suggest that one, but this one's a little more in depth and you'll have a lot of fun with this one as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Also, comment down below to let me know what your guys' favorite editor is. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.